My name is Jamie, and this is the vlog for July 1st, 2021. It is 10:45 p.m. Should be in bed. So I'm going to finish my cup of tea here, let my cleaning wait for tomorrow, and go to bed shortly. But you're not getting a vlog from the bed. How amazing is this, right? So small blessings. So my work schedule has picked up, which is amazing. Um, and I think I'm kind of like regaining my fire for the field, rather than just kind of treading water and getting by, which is great. It's great for me. It's great for everyone else. I think it's hardest on the kid because me working more means she's not around me as much. So it's going to be interesting shifts here. Child Watch is going to reopen in about a week, which is awesome for work. We'll see how the kid feels about it. I'm still not going to pack all of my evenings with clients. I just don't feel like that's a really good balance for us. And now that COVID has happened and I have the ability to reshape my business, I'm going to take advantage of that. So this week has been rough finding sitters. I have a couple other vlogs on my phone I need to upload, but I've worked it out. So that's good. Thank God for friends, man. It has taken a village this week for sure. Today I had a client just out front in my studio, in my shed for, I don't know, like an hour and a half. We had coffee afterwards and we were chatting, and the dogs got into a fight in the house, which was once I heard them no longer just alarm barking, but like fighting. I ran in the house. Kiddo's fine. She always is. This is never a fight that involves a human. It's only about food. My Great Pyrenees is very food aggressive. Very. Is food aggressive towards other dogs. I don't want to make it sound like a bigger issue than it is. You feed them separately and it's like a non-issue, for the most part. But occasionally they lash out. And this time my kiddo decided to get into the Cheerios and feed the dogs Cheerios. So she filled a bowl and then she went into her room to play, and then the dogs got into a row. Um, they're both fine. And you know what? It's a pit bull mix and a Great Pyrenees. They are big enough to kill each other in the span of 3 minutes if they wanted to. Obviously, they don't. They don't even break each other's skin, even when they get into these rows. Um, Apollo, the pit bull, is a beta dog, so he'll basically just like defend himself a little bit, but it's all noise. His bite never makes contact. And that was why we chose him as a companion for Odin, who we know is food aggressive. Because two food aggressive dogs, nightmare. No thanks. So, um, so yeah, so we dealt with that. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, what would life be like right now if we didn't have dogs? And honestly, a lot easier. I'd miss them, be very, very quiet, um, but simpler. And I see why people can launch into like a second kid when they're not dealing with two rescue dogs. And on top of it, it's like a toddler's plus a kid. The kid will grow up and be able to rationalize and things. Dogs, they are who they are. You can train them, you can keep working at the training, but yeah, who they are. So that was it today. A kiddo went over for a play date with a friend. We got to chatting in her backyard for a while, which was awesome. Uh, and that worked out. But my friend's kiddo is younger, not yet potty trained, and he had pooped in his diaper, and they were playing in a pool. So there was like, it wasn't gross, poopy water floating around, but once we realized that he'd pooped in his diaper and it stunk, we're like, oh, great. Well, Lenara needs a bath when she gets home. So I came home, gave her a bath, and then I had one client in Gig Harbor, just one. So I said, okay, come with me, sit down and work on your tablet, play some games, whatever, while I do my one client, and then we'll go swimming at the Y. So client was finished. She didn't play games. She half participated in the session. Thank God he's patient, right? So he was great about it, which I really appreciate because it's not going to be a regular thing. So we get downstairs to the locker rooms, we change, we shower, we're ready to go in the pool. We step out onto the pool deck and the pool is empty. And there were a couple families sitting off to the side. I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's a 5 minute pool break. They do 5 minute pool breaks. I think it's every 15 minutes or half an hour just to check the pool, make sure everyone's okay, that kind of thing. Give kids a potty break time with no excuses for staying in the water. Well, some kid had pooped in the pool. So it was going to take like an hour for them to shock the water, which was going to be too late for us. So we didn't get to go swimming. We had to go home and go back to the locker room and change out of our now wet swimsuits from the shower before we got in the pool. But we got dinner on the way home. She got some chicken nuggets, and I waited till I got home and cooked myself some veggies and chicken. And yeah, that's been the evening. Kiddo's asleep now. So things are pretty good. On a fan, in a Disney fan world, my world, Disney World brought back later hours, and they brought back fireworks. Um, that's exciting because I did miss Disney fireworks. I haven't been to a Disney park since 2019, which is hard to say as a fan. In fact, I write for Disney Fan Magazine, Disneyland Fan Magazine. So I've had to do a lot of long distance research, and I much prefer to be in the park experiencing things to write about them. Um, just didn't make sense this last trip to California. So yeah, it's exciting. It makes me hopeful for a trip with the Hubs and the family when we're all back together again. So um, they'll be closer to normal. We will still probably be going during the off season, and I already can't wait, even though I can't set a date yet. I can't wait. So um, gosh, what else is going on? How am I doing? Feeling more confident. Would still want to make time for training. I've even dabbled with the idea of getting up earlier now that I'm getting a nighttime schedule that doesn't have me going to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't know about that because, like the dog fight thing, a lot of havoc can happen while I'm not in the room. Um, so if I try to get up while the kiddo's sleeping, go work out in the shed, when she wakes up, who knows what's going to happen? so, um, so I don't know. I haven't found a good slot for it yet. I'm sure I'll figure it out, especially when she goes to summer camp and back to school and has a more regular schedule. Getting a little impatient to get back to it, which is a positive sign. Means that I'm looking forward to it again and that I've missed it. And for the last no, since last fall when I was dealing with all my stomach stuff, life was just about getting through the next day to the next day to the next day. And being able to look forward and make plans is a good thing. Shows a lot of recovery. So I'm able to eat pretty much whatever I want at this point. I'm still careful about eating before bed. I drink a lot of water. Still don't drink a lot of alcohol. I think California has done my alcohol content for a while. My brother-in-law, on a whole different note, is coming out on Saturday to help spend some time with the kiddo so I can get some stuff done. He's got about 4 hours to spend, so I'm going to make a list and I'm going to do things that I would rather do with another adult around. Like, this is a vaulted ceiling that has a couple of light bulbs out. I need to get up on a really high ladder and change it. That is tricky on a good day. So I'd rather have another adult around in case something goes south. Um, there are some holes I need to patch up around the edge of the house, like where the birds got into the eaves, just to make sure it doesn't happen again. There's some greenery I'd like to cut down just on the other side of my fence, still on my property. Um, and it's tricky to get around to it to cut it down. So I'm hoping I can pull off. Oh, goodness. We go to bed. Hoping I can pull off as much of that as I can on Saturday. Um, my mother-in-law is coming down for a week in about mid-July. Don't know how I feel about it. But I'm also trying not to feel much about it, if that makes sense. Like looking at it as a gift of another set of eyes, so less havoc will happen when I leave the house. Um, yeah, just looking at it from as many positive standpoints as I can. I don't think she's going to be very comfortable here. This house is not set up or built for long-term guests. When my house sitter comes, he usually takes over the master bedroom. The couch is not very comfortable. The pull-out sofa bed's not terribly comfortable. We could do a blow-up mattress, but all that takes up the media room completely. So we'd be probably moving the um, PlayStation we use to watch movies and stuff downstairs into the smaller computer monitor, which has worse sound. So I'm not a snob about those things. So if I'm saying something, it's something. But it's more comfortable for everyone if we're not in the guest space. So I don't know. I don't know. She feels like I'll give her a chance to get to know me. Yeah, sure will, because I'm going to be working and busy. I don't know. She's, our parents aren't going to be around forever. Losing my dad was a great reminder of that. And my mom is in her 70s. My bio mom has passed away. So, it's just entertaining them while we can, because the memories are more for them than for us right now at this point in our lives. Um, and that's okay. So she's heartbroken that my daughter doesn't recognize some of her aunts and uncles. She's got a lot of aunts and uncles on Sean's side of the family. She does. Um, they're not all local. None of them are local. Um, and they don't fly up to spend time with us, and we don't fly over there to spend time with them. It is what it is. And if you're not physically with her in her space, like whatever, you're a face on a screen, you're no closer to her than someone she's watching in a movie. So it's pretty typical for the age. And, I look at things through my adoptees lens, which is I choose my family. I mean, my family chose me and I was adopted. Well, yes, to a degree, my family chose me and I was adopted. I won't go into the details of that. It's all very, very weird how this stuff goes down. Um, so outside of that, like, I never felt close to my grandparents. Not that they didn't visit all the time, but they were much older than me. We didn't have a lot in common. Um, I have some pleasant memories, but I mean, there was no significant attachment there. Um, and I did have a cousin I was attached to, but she's older. She was more like my brother, and there became a point where the little kid, me, was not as interesting as my brother. So we lost touch, weren't friends anymore, basically because she grew up. She grew up faster than me, and that's fine. That's how it should be. So I'm okay with her not being super close to her cousins because it's normal. It's normal for me. So it's normal through my lens. Is that she's going to pick people, she's going to pick friends that are going to be as close as family for whatever period of time they're supposed to be there. So, my mother-in-law feels differently. She feels it's very sad that and my daughter doesn't know all of her aunts and uncles well. In fact, she couldn't even tell you most of their names. Um, it's fine. So I don't know. It's her grief to bear, not mine. Can't make everybody happy. Stop trying, right? Today was about 70, maybe as a high, and cloudy and a little drizzly, which we need going into the 4th of July. You stupid people with fireworks are going to start lighting them off. Yeah, I have feelings, but this is already going long, so I'm going to save that for another day. Tomorrow should be about the same. Beautiful, wonderful. I have most of the day off. And Saturday's pretty much booked solid, so can't complain. Today was busy, full of poop and dog fights, but tomorrow will be better.